Okay, let's continue. So what we are going to factor, okay, we got a square root of 192, guys. Instead of square root of 192, we're gonna rewrite the factor form. What is that? Instead of 192, I'm gonna put 2 squared times 2 squared times 2 squared, which is this, guys, this one, times 3, the leftover part, which is 3. This is what we got, okay? That is exactly square root of 192 if you multiply these terms. Okay, but we know a property, guys, and that property is, guys, if we have a square and a square and this radicals, the same numbers, so we can cancel and take that out. Okay, 2 is going to be out, this 2 is going to be out, and this 2 is going to be out, and 3 is going to be inside, okay, because it's different. So but 2, guys, is not likable, so let's factor that. Let's multiply 2 times 2 times 2, 4. 8,
8.
8 square root of 3, right? 8 square root of 3. Okay, a square root of 192, guys. Instead of this is the form, guys. 8 square root of 3. Okay, let's do that. Okay, instead of 192, we're going to say 8 square root of 3. All right, this is what you have to do when you have a different number here, a big number, or a non-perfect square root. So now the idea is the same. So x needs to be alone. So you're gonna say, Mister, okay, I'm gonna move this to the other side, plus minus 8 square root of 3, and this negative 12, positive 12, guys, on the other side is gonna be negative 12. And the only thing that is awful here, guys, is this positive minus. So that is awful. So just separate that. Solution 1 equals, so something that I didn't mention, guys, but you can leave it like in this order, but that is not the standard form. So whenever you're writing an answer and you have radicals, you gotta write the number first, the number like this, the whole number, fraction, it doesn't matter what it is, and the radical goes to the end. Do you remember the part when the complex numbers? It's gonna be the same. Okay, instead of putting, guys, the 8 square root of 3, I'm gonna rewrite the 12 first. Okay, negative 12. Take a look, that is gonna be the same, negative 12, and then, guys, I'm gonna put 8 square root of 3. That's what I meant. The square goes to the end. Okay, first the number and then the square if you have it. So I'm gonna take which case in this moment, the positive, right? Okay, let's put the positive. That's the solution 1, and comma, the solution 2 will be, again, instead of putting the square first, I'm gonna put the negative 12 first. Okay, negative 12 first, and I have already taken the positive, guys. Then I'm gonna take the negative 8 square root of 3. Okay, in this case, guys, we leave it like that. You can use a calculator and put negative 12 plus 8 square root of 3, and that's gonna throw you a decimal number here. So, but we're not gonna use the decimal form. So this is the perfect solution. Okay, this is the solution 1, and this is the solution 2, which is not a whole number. So this is basically, guys, what we have to do when solving this quadratic equation by using the perfect trinomial. Great. Okay, we already given, guys, this example: 2x squared minus 2x plus 50 equals negative 12. So when I have four terms here, I have a trinomial and another constant term the right side. Possibly, this is likely going to be a perfect square, but we need to check that first. Okay, how can I factor 2 in 2 equal pieces, guys? How can I factor this into equal pieces, and how can I factor this into equal pieces? What is the square root
We
of 2?
can 1x.
1 times 1, but 2, I cannot factor in, like 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. I will never get 2, guys. How can I factor 50?
You can't.
I can't, because 7 times 7 is 49, which is the closest one. So this looks like this is not a perfect square. So that's what would you say, Mr. No perfect square, no perfect trinomial square, so I leave it like that. No, guys, let me tell you that we have something to do here. So, and what is that? Take a look, guys, that you have a number 2 here. This is the number 2. Okay, take a look at the coefficient. This is the number 2. This is the number 20. This is the number 50. And this is the number 12. if you can see, guys, all of these numbers are even numbers, números pares. I mean, all of these numbers have halves, 2, 20, 50, and 12. So, guys, you have a common factor, and the common factor is 2, because 2 times 10 is 20, 2 times 25 is it, and 12. Okay, what are you going to do in this case, guys, when this is not, it looks like it's not a perfect trinomial, so you are going to divide by this number, by this coefficient. 2. Okay, take a look. We are going to divide by 2. Okay, I'm going to divide by 2. If you divide in one side, guys, you are going to divide in the whole equation. Okay, not only one part, but also the second. Everything. Okay, I'm just dividing by 2 all this expression. So let's simplify it. Can someone tell me 2 divided by 2 is what? 1, right? X squared. Okay, I just copy. I repeat. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then minus 20 divided by 2, guys, what is that?
10x, negative 10x,
Negative 10x, that's right. And then plus again, 50 divided by 2,
25,
25. And then negative 12 divided by 2.
negative 6, negative 6,
And now, this is the new trinomial. I just divide it by these guys because all of these have a common factor too. So I divide by 2, the whole equation. And then, is this a perfect square? Let's see. Is this, okay, how can I factor this? How can I factor this? I can factor x squared, guys, as x and x because 1 is 1 times 1. And 25, guys?
5,
5 times 5. Okay, 2 parentheses, parentheses, and let's check this. Okay, x and 5. Do I get the middle term, guys, if I multiply? 5
yes,
times 10x. Yes. Okay, this is a perfect trinomial. So now let's factor it. Okay, parentheses, parentheses, square. So minus 6. Okay, what is this, guys? X and 5, right? That are my answers. Okay, x and 5. Positive or negative?
negative, negative,
Thank you, Chris. Okay, now let's use the same thing, guys. I'm going to cancel this by putting a square root here. By putting a square root here. So that's the way I'm going to cancel positive and negative case because of the square root. And what is next? Okay, cancel this. Okay, this and this according to the property. X minus 5 is going to be out of the parentheses. Equal plus minus. Guys, what is the square root of 6? 2 times 2
We
is
don't
4.
have.
we don't
We don't
have,
have. Let's see if we can factor it because I think 6, guys, is already factored. So a square root of 6, how would you break 6 down? The half of 6 is 3.
2,
Third part is
3,
2, 3. But 2 and 3, guys, you can't cancel because you only have 2, 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, that means, guys, that 6 is already factored. You can't factor anymore. A square root of 6 is the fact. I mean, it's already simplified. That's what I meant. But we got a negative. What is the square root of a negative number?
E, I,
What's the
I
negative?
I,
Is the imaginary unit. This is not complex numbers, right? Okay, a square root of 6, we only copy it. Okay, but now it's positive because I have already simplified the negative one. Square root of negative 1 is I, and the square root of 6 is the square root of 6. I leave it like that since I can't simplify it anymore. Okay, now let's continue. X is going to be equal. Okay, let's copy this exactly what we got. I, the square root of 6, and this negative 5, guys, is pissing me off because I'm solving, so it's going to be positive 5. And we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. So now let's separate the solution because it looks awful. It looks awful. So what is going to be the solution, guys? The radical first or the normal number?
the
The
number.
normal number first,
5. Okay, it's positive 5, positive 5. And then the positive I6. Okay, positive I6, positive I, square root of 6. And the solution 2, guys, is going to be solution 2. It's going to be 5 at the beginning. And I have already taken the positive here. Now we're going to take the negative. The negative I, the square root of 6. And these are my solutions, guys. Okay, complex solutions. So this is a new case, guys. This is how we solve.